Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit different. Typically I do big scripted videos, but today I just wanted to talk about the news regarding Minecraft, not the movie. Jesus Christ, I don't have anything to say about the movie that hasn't already been said. But I wanted to give my thoughts on the recent update that MOJANG has kind of given out about their plans with Minecraft moving forward. So I'm sure that a lot of you guys have seen the tweet or seen a post about this, but basically Minecraft is moving in a different direction than it has been, probably since about 1.13. Pretty much since 1.13, we've been getting like yearly updates with the occasional not yearly update and a delay or two. We pretty much had a steady stream of these kinds of updates that are big features, big new overhauls to things, yada yada yada, basic stuff. MOJANG has announced that they are now going to be taking a step back from that, and they are going to be doing multiple content drops a year. This is a very different move, and it's more akin to what they did prior to 1.13, very similar to the pre-Microsoft days. That's the vibe it gives. A lot of people are saying that that's the vibe it gives, and I have some thoughts on this, but we'll talk about the other thing first, because I think it's the thing that maybe more people care about. The mob vote is gone. They're retiring the mob vote, as they put it, and I'm really curious to see what they do in place of it, because I was never really like a hater of the mob vote. I don't like it, but I wouldn't say I was like a hater. I understand that like a lot of people thought like, oh, give us all 3 mobs, yada yada, but like at the end of the day, we didn't have this kind of like control over updates before at all. Before the mob votes were happening, or the biome votes, we had no say in what went into a Minecraft update. It was just the devs did what they wanted to do, and we just dealt with it, and that was all. But the mob votes introduced us to a unique opportunity to shape the game as we see fit, in a very small and minor way, to be frank. And sometimes the mob vote would kind of shape a little bit more about the update. But I don't really like the way they were executed. I think that most people thought of it as just a way to divide the community, and it pretty much was that from the start. As soon as the first mob vote happened way back in the day, it was very clearly a divisive issue, and people didn't like that. So I think this is generally a good change, but I'm really curious as to what they're going to replace it with, because I don't think they should drop the idea of community input. I'd be really interested to see how they put in community interaction into the Minecraft Live. They also said that they're going to be restructuring Minecraft Live as a whole, which is pretty interesting. I thought that Minecraft Live was already pretty good. I'm curious to see how they'll update it, but let me give you my take on this. I think they should restructure Minecraft Live to be like a Nintendo Direct, that kind of big hypey event where we talk about a bunch of really cool stuff coming to Minecraft, stuff in the marketplace, stuff that they're working with partners, spin-off games, all that kind of thing. But I think something they could really do is tease like one thing at the end of Minecraft Live. Like, you know how like in the end of Nintendo Direct, they'll do this thing with like, oh, by the way, we have one more thing to show you. Could you imagine if it was like Minecraft Live and they talked about some features that they wanted to put into the game, maybe some like simple blocks or some cool, neat little things, but then at the end they're like, oh, before the show's over, we have one more thing to reveal. And then like it like fades to black, and then like boom, it's a fucking end update. That would be like, the crowd would go nuts. The live stream would go fucking insane. People would lose their minds. I think that it'd be a really cool and fun way to reveal and give us a taste of a new update. I think that'd be fun. I don't think that's really going to happen, but if it did, and if it does happen, I'm calling it the coolest like prediction ever. But it's really exciting. I'm really excited for that. But the big thing I want to talk about, not the mob vote or not anything else like that, is I want to talk about the updates. They're going to be updating Minecraft, it seems like multiple times a year. I don't know if this means that we're going to get like a 1.22, 1.23, 1.24, like all in the same year or within 1 year of each other. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like that, or if it's going to be like 1.20.1 is going to be like a big step up from like 1.20, or like 1.20.3 is going to be a big step up from 1.20.1. Like, I don't know how exactly they're going to structure it. But I've seen this trend through 1.20 and going into 1.21, where the minor updates add in a ton of new like content. For example, like from 1.20 to 1.20.4, I think they actually changed how potions were coded, so it had to change how the MBT. Oh, was it 1.20.2? I think it was 1.20.2 changed how potions were coded, and you had to change a whole bunch of shit. But with 1.20.5 and 0.6, they kind of remodeled the MBT data to be more of that new component system, which is actually very nice and far more expanded, and they expanded even more to 1.21. But of course, course, they also added the armadillo and the new dog variants, which was really cool. Really cool stuff to be adding in a minor update. They seem to be wanting to go down that route more often than before, and that's really cool. I like these smaller updates, especially lately with like things like expanding how we can make custom items and custom textures through resource packs or through like just directly in the game. That's really cool. I really enjoy that. I think Mojang's doing really good stuff with how they're expanding the capabilities of creators in Minecraft. I think they're trying to move Minecraft more to being like an engine that you can create things in, similar to Roblox, which I think is a really good move. Minecraft is a game about creativity, making it whatever you want it to be. And I think that moving it toward the idea of it being an engine or a platform is really, really cool. And I'm really excited to see that. But I don't think that we're ever going to get... If what they say is true about these smaller updates throughout the year, and they didn't really say smaller, they just said more content throughout the year. If that's true, I don't know if we'll ever see like a big update, like 1.16 or 1.18, ever again. I mean, we could, it's possible, but I don't know if it would be done in the same way, where like there's a big announcement and there's like a big release. I feel like it would be like, we're moving through this at parts. Like we're gonna do the end update part 1, and then a few months later we're gonna do part 2, and a few months later we're gonna do part 3. We're not gonna do it all at once. We're just gonna work our way through these things, get community feedback as we do it, which is like a fine way to update the game. That's a perfectly fine way of doing it. But like, I think there's something really, really special about having that really, really cool big update. 1.16 is like, I think most people, if you give them like a tier list of Minecraft updates, 1.16 is like consistently an A or an S. For me, it's like S. It's the top of the line. So, the best Minecraft update, I think, is 1.16. Just a fantastic update. I feel like we may not have that kind of stuff anymore, and it'll be more about the big picture, which I fear that in the long run, people are going to go, what happened to those big 1.16 updates? And it's like, well, we as a community kind of bitched and cried that they didn't update the game often enough, that they just kind of took them away. So in a couple years, if we're not getting those big updates, if people start complaining about the fact that like there's no big updates and that there's just a bunch of smaller ones, I'm going to be like, okay, this community doesn't know anything about what they want. And you know what, to be honest with you guys, I think a lot of people who play Minecraft don't know anything about what they want. There's a lot of people who call Mojang lazy, and I don't mean to get too off topic on this video, but like, there's a lot of people who call Mojang lazy and say that they don't do enough. It's like, it's like they're free updates. They're doing this absolutely for free. Like, they could just say, we're done. We're going to leave it up to modders. Have fun. Bye-bye. And that would be it. They wouldn't make as much money anymore, obviously, but like, that could be it. And I don't think that people would complain, but like, who cares? If it's not profitable for them to update the game anymore, then why should they do it? But that's all for today's video. I apologize that this isn't like a really big, like edited, scripted video. I had a big one planned, but then I recorded it and my microphone sounded like absolute dog shit. So I'm doing this little news update instead. And I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments about what you want to see from new Minecraft updates moving forward. What do you think about the changes to the schedule? And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.